Hello, everyone, and thank you very much for coming again for this session of the Inspiration Economy Lab. We are today reviewing how Inspiration Economy Labs are created. It is part of our visualization of our role towards Inspiration Economy Lab. So we were saying that one of the things that is required is that we should have a commitment to active participation in the lab from everyone that's participating, including the concerned organization and the concerned community. There should be clear and small and connected attempts that to solve the problem. We are dealing with chronic problems usually in the Inspiration Lab, so it should be clear that it is a long journey. It is a journey. It might be long or short, but it's a journey, and it needs repeated actually attempts to really see the opportunities within the problem. So we should be patient. We should also have a commitment uh, that we want to bring an impact to the community. And of course, we should dare to manage the change. When the challenge will be how we manage the change after we do the change or during doing the change. And this is part of the change formula that is used in the Inspiration Economy. So we should know what is required of each participating team in the lab, and so that they strive to inspire their own community. And each team must be independent on their own capacity. So they should not be dependent on support resources, external resources, unless they require it. And for sure, they should not be dependent on the financial resources. So it is okay to explore the non-financial wealth within the community or within the problem, but not to be dependent on the financial resource as much as possible, or with the small investments, it's okay. So one of the things that we actually evaluate or identify any socio-economic project is that usually we look for whether this project will help the community to develop, the target community to develop. And for that, we have a form, we call it project fitness assessment. I'm trying to show you the form in larger height. So for example, one of the factors that will be affecting our choices is the project will be helping us to be more proactive, and maybe time and probability of reaching the target at full speed. The project will contribute to the challenges, to explore new opportunities. The project will help to build interconnectedness of the opportunities explored. The project will help in creating choices to building applied knowledge. The project will be suitable for societal assets, and the project will have option for financial assets. So again, the last thing is that, of course, the project will have an impact or can create a successful story. So usually, maybe these are just ideas. It depends on the type of the project. We can really improve the project, let's say, criteria. But most important is that should be related to socioeconomic development. So this project fitness form is one of the forms that it will help us to really create proper decisions, and it will help us to even select the type of option suitable for us in this journey. Now, the other type of form that will help us again to identify the project is through the field. So we need to go to the field, we collect observations. Based on the observations, we will actually based on the observations, we will again start to link these observations together, associate them together, and we see what does not exist in the problem that we observe, and what is not a problem through our observation, so that it can help us to link things together. And from there, we can build our, let's say, improvement plan. Now, the third actually form is evaluation for identified projects. So, again, in order to, let's say, eliminate the projects that might not be suitable for us, I think this checklist will help us a lot, because we tried this in many projects and it was very successful. For example, when we set the criteria that this project, it would not create a socio-economic, it would create a socio-economic change in the community. So it help us that we identify what type of change in the community this project gonna do. And if this project is not totally dependent on the financial resources, because again, in inspiration economy, you focus on the non-financial resources and the development. And if it would have a return on the investment, on the amount invested, uh, the amount invested is going to be returned, whether to the community or to the investor. And it does not contradict any government program, or what should a government role have. Again, this is part of the requirements, and it is legal, so we don't have a problem with legality of the project, and will be used and documented by video and writing and published as a case study. It would be a reference model for all parties involved. All partners can access the case during the forum's visits. It would involve youth, not only the NGO or the stakeholders involved. It couldn't be solved by normal way of thinking. And the project, one of its requirements is it is inspiring. It would trigger the community to replicate it, or it would trigger the more solutions for smaller issues. So this is an example of how we look at the project evaluation. Then we have, once we go through this, of course, it will help us to develop further the form 4. The form 4 is the purpose of form 4 actually is that we identify the list of the problems and the type of observation we have, and the data we collected for each one, and then the detailed observation after the early observation, and then the opportunities that is we got together. And we might, if it is within a certain sector or a certain project, major project, let's say this project for a government, then we will link all the problems together to see how they link together and utilize their opportunities to the betterment of the society. So again, as we mentioned before, that we can evaluate the fitness of the project in different ways so that we can achieve the best to our community. I think we'll stop here and continue on the next part, since this part will be also having more important topics. Thank you.